Well, welcome everybody. Are we on record, by the way, Dave?
We are.
Okay, terrific. And I don't know if DJ has joined us yet.
I'm here, buddy.
He said he was going to make every effort to join us. Do you see him here, Dave?
He's on.
Oh, terrific. Okay. So first of all, welcome to all of you guys for showing up for today's training. We really, truly appreciate it. And we have a lot of information to cover with you guys today. And as we're getting into it, I like to use the analogy that if I had said to you, we've looked at the terrain and we've discovered where there's this gold mine. And if you learn how to mine this area, you can mine it pretty much for the rest of your life and collect the revenues and the profits from it forever. And I kind of look at LinkedIn as kind of like that gold mine, that once you learn how to mine it properly, you will never run out of high quality people that can become clients of yours, partners of yours, associates of yours, so many different ways you can leverage with people. And so I've come to become, I'm all in on LinkedIn, if you guys don't realize this, guys, because for me, I don't need to go anywhere else. And I would say for all of us here, if you just realize how powerful this platform is and the quality of the people that you can meet every single day, if you want to just put in a minimal amount of effort and let the systems do most all the work for you, just a little creativity, maybe in creating some messages, it's unbelievable how much gold there is for you to mine in this platform called LinkedIn. And so I've really seen the successes of it. And I know that if you follow the information and the direction that Dave's going to be giving you for the balance of our training, it's going to have a profound impact on your success, on your self-confidence, on your ability to network with more people, and the opportunities, I promise you, will show up. And one of the people that I'm really proud to call a close friend of mine that I've worked with for several years now, and I would say is one of the most amazing entrepreneurs I've ever met. His name is DJ Barton, and DJ right now is back east. He lives here in Arizona, but he had to go back east for a family emergency. But it must have been maybe 2.5 or 3 weeks ago, I was telling DJ about LinkedIn and about Octopus, and he asked if Dave and I would do a training with him. And we did, and he just kind of took the ball and ran with it. And DJ, I know you're on right now. Maybe if you can unmute yourself, why don't you kind of quickly tell your story and what the results have been for you?
Yep. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Awesome. Well, thanks for jumping on, guys. My name's DJ. And like Jeff said, I had the pleasure of getting introduced to the system that you guys are learning about 2.5 weeks ago. I've been a business owner and entrepreneur for 24 years, but 2 years ago, I took my business from old school offline to online. And
Oh no.
Really farmed Instagram and Facebook. I got tired of, dealing, can you guys hear me?
You're breaking up a little bit.
All right. How's that?
Okay, that's better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, over the last 2.5 weeks, I got tired of, dealing with people necessarily on Facebook and Instagram just because they're not as business-minded and sophisticated and things like that. And I wanted to start working with people that were 10s, 9s, and 8s. And so I started leveraging. I used to do everything manual, where I would send 50 to 100 messages a day on Facebook asking people if they were open to connecting and masterminding and networking. And we did really well. I mean, I've signed up over 300 people in my business doing it that way over the last several years. But I wanted to switch to LinkedIn, and I didn't have enough time in a day to do the same thing. So when I saw Octopus, I was able to start sending out 150 to 200 messages a day with less than 60 seconds of effort. And I just started sending messages out, asking people to network and mastermind, because so many people brag about how many contacts they're connected with. But when I ask them a question of how many people you actually know and got a chance to meet and understand their personality and what drives them and makes them tick, most people could say less than 5. And so what I did is I started sending messages out just to collaborate with people. Just like people give 10% of their income to their church, I decided to give my network to my community and figure out how can I help grow your business during a pandemic? How can I give to the community that we're all connected with. And I took that approach, Jeff. And over the last 2.5 weeks, I've been averaging 15 to 25 conversations a week. And I've signed up 8 different people for the products and services that I market in the last 2.5 weeks. People I've never talked to before, my products that enhance their lifestyle, their business. But I've also referred several dozen people to them, which now they're doing business together. And I think leveraging the system and the tools that you and Dave are providing can literally take everybody's business to the next level. We all know that 10% of life is what happens to us, but 90% is how we respond. And we're in a time right now where we have a lot of opportunity. So I appreciate you sharing it with me, Jeff.
Well, thank you, DJ. And I have to admit, you're one of those extraordinary people, I would say, along with Dave, that when they see something that works, they don't think about it for a few weeks. They just jump on it and they just execute. And I know I mean, when you tell me how much, I mean, you text me almost every single day thanking me for showing you this system, and I can see the results you're getting and the number of conversations you're having. It's kind of like you don't need any more lead gen than what you have right now. So kudos to you, and thank you so much, because I know you've got a lot on your mind. So thank you, DJ.
You bet. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time, everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks again. Excellent. All right. So at this point, you know, I know that my personal experience is this information that Dave is going to be teaching you, the balance of today and tomorrow, you couldn't ask for a better teacher than Dave. So please pay close attention. And of course, we're taping this, so watch this video multiple times. And with that being said, it's always an honor for me to introduce you guys. One of the men I admire more than anybody on this planet, Dave Murray. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, Jeff, thank you so much, and looking forward to our time together. DJ, thank you for implementing the product and the great testimony. So a couple of things today, just to start with. We talked briefly about premium or not yesterday, and Jeff shared the impact of using the premium search, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. But if you're not on premium LinkedIn, premium career is the lowest level of the premium product, and it does give you some advantages like being able to see who's visiting your site, so you may be able to make a connection there. So let's start with where we left off yesterday. And you would start again in LinkedIn. And we ran, remember yesterday we ran a profile that said salespeople in Phoenix, Arizona, sales in their title. And we ended up with 13,000 results. And so again, you can go down and drill down into the filters, all you would like, to get very specific and determine what folks you want to connect with or message. Then we're going to go into, again, Octopus, and this is just simply the interface that you bring up when you're ready to transfer your results over into the database. And so this gives you that link. And again, there were 4 functions that Octopus replicates that you can do in LinkedIn. Visit a site, connect to an individual, message an individual, and endorse. And so remember yesterday we set up all these campaigns. So the first thing you want to do is set up a campaign under visit. And we did that. We said Phoenix sales. Then we want to go in and set up that same campaign under connect with the same name and messaging. We want to create that campaign in messaging as well. So this keeps everything in order. Here are the actions, here's the campaigns, and campaigns are very important as you organize what you're about to do in the marketing side. Number 3, this link is automatically created, and then it says how many profiles to send. You can send up 1,000 at a time, so that's the maximum you can send. And we're simply going to send 10 more of these this morning, show you how that works, and then it's send to CRM. So this is the interface. And this will happen pretty quickly. So now I know that 10 of those were transferred. I'm going to go into the CRM. 10 out of 10 profiles came over, and I sent them to the visit site. So let's take a look. And so from yesterday, I had a few folks in the visit site, and so your 10 would show up here. And since I'd already brought them over, they weren't duplicated. So I have 4 that I want to go out and visit. And so the way we do this is that we suggest that you visit their site so that you have top of mind experience. So they see Dave visited their site. They don't know me yet, but what's going to happen is they're going to either go out and look at my site and see who I am, or they're at least going to remember my name, that Dave Murray checked out their site today. And that's important because when we talk about the next step of connecting. So simply, I would go ahead and launch these 4. And again, what Octopus is doing is replicating what you would be doing manually. You would be going out looking at these sites. And so Octopus is actually doing that for you. And again, while you're visiting, you can go off and do different things. And it replicates the amount of time it would basically take you to do that. So once that visiting is done, they'll end up over here on the left side of the screen. So you see I processed all of these in the last 15 seconds, 24 minutes ago, 11 hours ago. I have 14 individuals completed as far as visiting their site. And what I want to do, next step, is to take these and I want to forward them to the Connect channel. So I'm going to click on Connect. I'm going to go look for my campaign, Phoenix Sales. I want to keep them in the same campaign for sure. And I'm going to go ahead and forward those. And that happens very quickly. It's not very time consuming at all. So what I want to do is move up to the Connect channel in my menu here. And you'll see that all of these folks that I have visited their sites are now over here in the queue. I haven't done anything with them. I haven't reached out to them, but they're in the queue. And so here's a very important part. What you want to do is ask for a connection. And so over here on the left-hand side, you'll see a little note. And this note is the one that will go out with every one of these requests that you do. And you typically, we use their first name. And so I can go ahead and put in this message box, first name, comma, take that out from yesterday, and then I can put in whatever message I would like, up to about 200 characters. And so here's a sample message. We have several common connections. I'm reaching out to you. I'm reaching out to sales professionals in the Phoenix area to grow my network. I would like to connect with you. Thank you, Dave. And that is the same message that you'd be typing all day long, one at a time, to the folks you want to reach out to. And so once that message is complete, you make sure it's error-free. Do it in Word first and bring it over just to double check. Then you would come over here. And what you want to check is make sure that their first name in this column is actually their first name. Obviously, folks have titles. I've seen stars. I've seen, obviously, doctor titles, things like that. You just want to make sure that it truly is their first name. And that's real easy to scan through and correct if you want to. And then what I would do is I'd go up here and I'd say I have 14 in the queue. I'm going to launch all 14 of them. And I would begin sending this message out. And that's, again, going out. It's going to take about 15 or 20 seconds each. But the beauty is, once you launch this, you can go off and do your other work and come back later. You'll see it. It'll show you processing. And I'm going to stop this just because of our time. But you can see right here, Lucas just got a message from Dave Murray 10 seconds ago. Lucas, we have several common connections, and the rest of the message. And then what will happen is he'll get it, if he's on premium, he'll get a notice of that. And then he'll read it, and he'll probably more than likely connect with me. 80% of the time, you will get a response once you send these out. And so what we'll do tomorrow is show you, after you get a connection, after someone's connected with you, how you can use messaging to thank them, reach out to them, send them a link to a landing page or a website, and continue the conversation with them via LinkedIn and via Octopus. So that's what we wanted to cover today. Tomorrow we're going to look at, again, messaging. We're going to talk a little bit about endorsements, and we're going to go to your dashboard, which is critical to monitor how you're doing using Octopus. And so we'll cover that tomorrow. So Jeff, I'll turn it back to you as we wrap up.
All right, thank you so much, Dave. And I promise all of you, ladies and gentlemen, that if you invest just a little bit of time in really following the direction that Dave is giving you, and you really begin to mine LinkedIn, you will become LinkedIn experts. And in addition to all the other skill sets that you can offer to your clients and prospects, understanding how to leverage LinkedIn will be such a valuable tool that virtually anybody and everybody that you're talking with that are in business, you now have a valuable skill that you can share with them and even offer to them. So I thank you guys so much for showing up. We want to keep these things brief. Dave, great job as always. DJ, thank you so much for your testimonial. Thank you guys so much for showing up today. We will see you bright and early again tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you then.